Hello everyone, I'm Kealy and this is Voice of a Creative, and today I'm here to show you my May 2020 makes. Now today is actually my 2-year YouTube birthday, so I started my YouTube channel exactly 2 years ago today, and I started with the seamstress tag video, which if I go back and watch now, I can't actually believe that that was 2 years ago, and I feel like I've come a long way since then, so that's really incredible. And never did I think when I started that by the time I'd been doing it for a year or 2 years, as it is now, I would be at 4,000 subscribers, which have just gone over, which is incredible. I can't actually imagine, I didn't even ever imagine that that's what would happen when I started the channel. Like, I hoped it would work out, but never could I have imagined that. So thank you so much for those of you who have subscribed, and if you haven't already, please do. It's just lovely to have your support and to know that people are enjoying watching my videos as well. So on to my makes. So first up is this one. Now this is the Rita shirt dress from Named Clothing, and I am going to do an individual review video of this so I can talk in a little bit more detail about it and show some of the details. So this is a loose fitting shirt dress, and I absolutely love it. It is a perfect summer make. It's nice and loose and flowy, but at the same time looks really stylish. It's slightly different than the style I would normally go for, because I would normally go for a little bit more fitted style, but actually I feel like it suits me really well, and I'm definitely going to be making a few more of these. So I chose to make it in this fabric, which is a floral. It's a Dashwood Rayon from John Lewis, and it was really lovely to work with. I didn't have any problems with it really. I used Microtex needles because those were suggested to me, but there was a little bit of pulling around the buttonholes and at the hem, but other than that I found it absolutely fine. Changes that I made to the dress: I shortened the sleeves, they're supposed to come down a little bit longer, and I also shortened the whole dress to make it come just below my knee. But that's just because I'm short, not because I didn't like the longer length. It's more because I feel a bit more stylish in the just kind of knee length type dress. I didn't actually make any other changes to it at all, which is incredible to find a pattern company that actually fits you really well. And I did make a test version before, which if you go back to one of my Sew With Me videos, which I will put a card and a link below, I made the test version in that video and I show you the test version there. So let me stand up and show you the dress. I've got the collar here. So I used some cotton tape type bias binding stuff that I had for the tie. I don't prefer, I feel like I should have gone with the same fabric tie, but I didn't have enough fabric, so I think this will do, but I might change it in the future. You can see that the drawstring ruches it in, and then it does have splits in the side there as well, and then buttons down the front. So I picked these buttons, so they're just a little bit pearlescent. The buttons, they were just from my stash, but the bottom 3 buttons are different because I didn't have quite the same. They're the same size and colour, but they don't have the pearlescent, but that's absolutely fine with me. So in terms of the drawstring, so I actually don't have to unbutton this dress. If you undo the drawstring, that's what it looks like that. I mean, you could probably make it without the drawstring and then use a belt to cinch it in on the outside. But what I found is with the drawstring, it's best to hold the 2 drawstrings together like this and then push the fabric backwards to ruche it in. I was trying to pull them individually and it didn't really work very well. So there is my Rita shirt dress. So really love this. It's nice and kind of wafty, nice to kind of just be around in for the summer. Really like the fit of it, and I can still move my arms because it's a little bit looser fitting, but really pleased with this make. So my next few makes are all separate. So I made a skirt, a pair of trousers, 4 t-shirts and a cardigan. So I'm just going to swap into a pair, a top and a bottom, and I will be back with you. Okay, so my next make you may have seen before if you watched my jersey t-shirt collaboration with Stitch Rip Repeat. I will put a card and link it as well. And this is the Elliot Tee from Helen's Closet, and I made it out of scraps of fabric from other projects. So the green came from a t-shirt that I already cut out, this from a Molly top by Sew Over It, and the white and navy stripe was from another top that I made for that collaboration, which is the Franchitti top by Tilly and the Buttons. So really love this top. It's still not quite finished because I still need to hem it. I just need the right colour thread. So the Elliot top is just a raglan sleeve top, and what I've done is before I cut out the pattern pieces, I sewed these two pieces of fabric together. Just cut a strip the same width and then made sure it was straight on grain and stitched it to the next piece. And then I added the neckband in the green, and also at the back I've got a green panel as well because I didn't have quite enough of this fabric to do the green, but it turned out really well. I'm just going to stand up and show you. So I've added the green band at the bottom as well and a slight split in the side. I just need to hem the bottom, but I have already worn it gathered into a skirt, which I thought looked really cute. And I think this is a fantastic project as like a stash buster using little bits of fabric. So it's turned out really well, and it is really inspiring me to make some more of these as well. So the next make is these. Now these are trousers but made from the Sirocco jumpsuit pattern by Deer and Doe. So I've just added a waistband, but otherwise they are completely the same. So you can see the pocket and the pleat detail here. And then I've just added a waistband and they come up to my waist. And I've put elastic in there with the same method as I would for the Hudson pants. And then at the back you've got the darts coming down. Now these lengthwise come to my ankle here. So really they're slightly cropped. I did cut them too short, so I just need to fold them up a little bit because I think that would look quite cute. But actually for a first try I think they've turned out really well, and I would definitely be making a few more pairs of these. I think they're really good summer trousers. I did make a few adjustments, so I took 1 inch out of the length overall, and then so 1 inch out of the length overall, and then a further inch out of the crotch. So because I'd already cut them out, I just took it out of the front, but in the future I'm going to make the curve slightly shallower so it takes up less space. But really pleased with how they've turned out. Nice pocket, and I think these are great for just wearing around the house at the moment, but hopefully the next pair I make will be ones that I can wear out and about. The idea for my trousers came from the Jolly Seamstress, so she is on Instagram, which I will link her down below, but I've been really inspired by her more recently, and she made some Sirocco trousers and they looked fantastic, and I basically copied a navy pair of Sirocco trousers for my first pair, but they turned out really well, so I definitely will be making a few more pairs. So I will just get changed into the next make. Okay, so my next make is this one, and it's a Franchitti Tee by Tilly and the Buttons, and this is the mint crowned kitten jersey from Like So Amazing. So it's a cotton jersey. It's a really cute little fabric. I know it's a bit too warm now to be wearing a long sleeve top, but I made it before and just had to finish it off. So I've done the top stitching around the neckline and around the hem. I did eventually go with white thread for this because actually I couldn't wait to get mint thread and I really wanted to get it finished. But actually I don't think it stands out too much. I think it's absolutely fine. But pleased with the finish on this. It will get a lot of wear, maybe not so much right now, but definitely as we come into winter and I want something snuggly to change into when I get home from work. And I will show you the next make. So my next make is a bit of a dull one. It's just a plain t-shirt. Now what I'm trying to do is perfect the perfect t-shirt that I know comes out well every single time. So this is the Tilly and the Buttons Freya for the shaping here. And then I've used the Sloan sweater by Named Clothing for the shoulders, and then the Agnes top for the neckline. I don't think it's quite right yet. I want to wash it and see what happens because normally it tightens up a little bit when you wash it. but I still feel like I've got a little bit of gathering here, although the shoulder fits me really well. I feel I added a bit more to the back. I feel like it fits nicely around the neckline as well, although I feel like it could go just a little bit lower. And this one was a bit of a scrap buster because I did the front and sleeves and neckband in one fabric, and then I did the back in a navy fabric. So let me just stand up and show you. So standard t-shirt, not as fitted, this one, but I feel like it fits me well. I still want to have a look at this area here as I feel like it's pulling a little bit. I think that's forever going to be my problem, so I'm going to have a little look at that, but it is okay. I think when it washes it will shrink down a little bit and it will be good. But really love the shaping from the Freya. The neckline, as I said, could do with being a little lower, but overall really happy. I think this will go well with jeans, and I'm also wondering about this with a floral skirt, because I feel like a floral would still go with this like it would go with a stripe, because it's a kind of 2-colour geometric pattern. And I will pop on the last top for you. So this is the last top that I made this month, and again, if you've watched the jersey top collaboration video, you will have seen this already. This is the Molly top in a mint green jersey that I got from the Nylon shop, and I've actually added some iron-on onto it in this really lovely purple colour using my Cricut machine, which is just there, my Cricut Maker. So I got this design from the access area that they've got on their design space, and I combined it together with a little bee image as well. So there's a little bee just here. I am really pleased with the vinyl. It stuck really well, and I'm pleased with the top, but I'm not quite sure about how they go together, mainly because when I fold my arm, you lose a lot of the design. So I'm pleased with the top. I think it looks really kind of individual. It makes it look a bit different. But I'm not pleased with the placement of it per se, because you lose a lot of the detail. So I need to really think about that a little bit more when I'm adding detail on sleeves and shoulders and things, of whether the pattern actually really matches. But other than that, really pleased with this. The neckband went in so badly, first of all, and I redid it. So there is a little bit of pulling happening around here. I think that's just because I redid it. And this fabric, I think, is not just a cotton jersey. I think it's got a little bit of polyester in it, because you can kind of feel the silkiness to it a little bit more. So that is my last top make. So quite a few tops made this month, and I will just pop into my next make. So I know I look the same, but it's because the next make is a skirt, which I'll stand up and show you. So I have been watching the Sew Over It sew-alongs, and one of the sew-alongs was a jersey skirt tutorial, and the pattern was only £3, so I went on and bought the pattern, and I thought it would be a really cute thing to have, to make, to wear with tops and leggings or tights and things. And it actually turned out really well, although I think it's quite like a boring make. It's not very exciting, but I think I will get some wear out of it. And I made it out of a Ponte that I got as part of a mystery meter type thing from First for Fabrics. So that was a little while ago now, but it's actually the perfect fabric to make this skirt out of. It's just a simple jersey skirt, so it's got a waistband, but there's no elastic in the waistband, so you do need a heavier weight jersey, and it fits across the hips. And I've tucked in my t-shirt, and I don't know if it's lying completely flat. That's the tricky part with a skirt like this. You kind of want it to lie flat. So what I did with this one is I did have to make a few alterations. So my ratio of waist to hip is quite large. There's actually a 10-inch difference between my waist and kind of this area here, and then it comes out even further here, so more of a 13-inch difference. And the pattern didn't really accommodate for that. So at the beginning I cut a size 20, so and then I altered it and cut it to a 14 on the waist. So it's a size 14 on the waist with the waistband, and then it grades out, I think, to a 16 or 18 on the hip, because I didn't want it to be too tight fitting, and then it just comes down, and I've just hemmed it. So I think it looks okay. I'm a bit worried about this lumpiness that will happen if I tuck t-shirts in. Might be different if this is quite a lot of fabric, it's quite a thick fabric to tuck in, but I am pleased with it. I think I will get somewhere out of it, and I'm wondering about making some other ones in some other Pontes and things that I have, but it's just a bit dull. It's a blue skirt. I'm not overly very excited about it. So I will just get my last make on. So my last make is this. This is the Bertha cardigan by Tilly and the Buttons. And I decided I wanted to make a colour block version that used up some of my scraps of fabric and knit fabrics that I had. So this cardigan is made up all from scraps from other projects, which I think is incredible. It is super snuggly and super warm, and I am absolutely boiling, but I do want to show you the features of it because I absolutely love it. I think it's turned out so, so well. So the sleeves are a batwing sleeve, as you may have seen. This fabric is a salt and pepper rib knit that I got from Like So Amazing, and I have a Blackwood cardigan out of this. The cuff, and that also appears at the bottom here, was a jumper that I made for my sister. This is a work in progress. I was making a test version of the Elliot sweater for my mum, and I've just used it for the panels and the front here. And the very bottom panel here, the bottom one, is from another Bertha cardigan that I made as well. So all together, lots of scraps, but it actually looks really cute. So let me just stand up and show you. So we've got the sleeves and the cuffs, and then you've got kind of a stripe thing kind of happening here. So what I did is I just cut the pattern piece, drew out a new pattern piece, and I just cut it here and added seam allowance to join the two together. So I've just got that as a cut, which makes a really good feature at the front. This pattern is great for colour blocking. And then at the back, I've just got the grey joined onto the blue with the navy white mottle kind of at the bottom as well. But overall, really pleased with this make. I think it's a bit more individual, and actually the colours really go together, which I am super pleased with. So overall, I've had a productive month, lots of makes. I have had a little bit of a mix with some that I'm really pleased with and some that I'm not so pleased with. But that is just the way it goes most of the time. Looking back over what I've made this month, I feel like I've made a lot of t-shirts and kind of more basics type things, and I think I want to spend a little bit more time making something a little bit more exciting in the next month. Maybe some patterns I haven't sewn before, things more like my Rita shirt dress that are really just like one-off pieces, because I think that would be great. And I am at the moment working on this, which is the Bobby Pinafore by Tilly and the Buttons in a chunky cord from Like So Amazing. So next month you should see that finished, hopefully. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please press the thumbs up and subscribe if you want to hear more from me. Goodbye.